chat up on screen here. Hopefully we're live now. There we go. And hopefully I'll see whoever pops in here in a few seconds. Let me just pause this video when it starts. Whenever it starts. There we go. Awesome. All right, we're here, and now I can see the chat. What's up, Coddle? How's it going, dude? Welcome, welcome. Yo, Brendan Miller, how's it going? Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Hope you all are doing well. Hope the past what was a week or two since I've done a live stream. Maybe last week I did one. I can't remember. I'm doing good. Before any of you ask, I'm doing good. I'm doing better. I'm on medicine now for high blood pressure and for anemia, and my body temperature has not risen that much. It's still in the 95s, low 95s, sometimes mid 95s, but mostly 95.1 or 95.2 degrees. Usually that's where I hover around that back and forth. I check my temperature every day with a thermometer, and then at work I have one of those scans for my head. So yeah, I have two ways I check my temperature. Usually the scan at work is off by a couple degrees, but the one at home is very accurate. And the one when I say it's off to a couple degrees, it makes me a few degrees warmer. So when I get to work, it'll say like 95.4 or 95.5. But when I use the thermometer at home, I'm actually 91.1 or 95.2. 95.2. What's up, TGIF indeed, FN901. But it is getting better. Hey, what's up, Riddle John? Hello, my savior. For those who didn't see my Instagram post, yes, I'm back on Instagram. I was going to wait till 2021 to get back on there because that's when I am not expecting, but that's when I feel like we might start hearing more about Venom. Like they might start slowly rolling stuff out on Morbius and Venom. But then, I heard that there might be a Venom or a Morbius trailer recently. But then it did come out, actually, the Morbius one. It kind of came out a day where I wasn't ready for it. But it didn't matter because it didn't really show that much new footage. So I was going to do a trailer reaction, but it's not really that new of a trailer. So that's why I didn't cover it on an episode. But, as we get into the new year, we will talk more about Morbius and talk about a couple comic books where he appeared in, where he fought like, Spider-Man and stuff like that. So we'll get some content for you guys. That MCU F4 news was weird. John Watts, director. Yeah, we'll talk about that because later in the episode, this is just going to be like a 30 to 40 minute episode. Towards the end of the episode, we're going to unbox this. So this is a Venomized GameStop exclusive Funko Pop box. They're mystery boxes, so I don't know which character is going to be in here. It felt a little heavy, so I'm hoping it's the Thing, but I could be wrong. I don't know. So I figured we'll talk about FF since that is definitely my favorite Marvel comic series is the Fantastic Four. I've always wanted to fly and be an astronaut when I was a kid. And Ben Grimm did both of those things. The Thing is one of my favorite characters in comic books. And Dr. Doom is by far my favorite villain in comic books. The Thing is one of those first few characters that I ever read in a comic book that dealt with suicide, minus Kraven the Hunter, who was successful at his suicide. But the Thing was not, thankfully, because he's a great character. And I love Ben Grimm. He's probably one of the heart, he is the heart. To me, Nightwing is the heart of the DC universe, I feel. To me, Ben Grimm feels like he's the heart of the Marvel universe. Just my opinion. You're excited for Fantastic Four? Yeah, me too. I mean, the director, I have some theories on that, so we'll talk about that. So the first topic tonight, so we'll unbox this later, and we'll talk about Fantastic Four. We'll start with Spidey 3. Yo, you got one? Yes, I did get one. Oh, you were going to get me one, dude. That's so I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to get you. If you didn't see my Instagram post the other day, I locked myself out of my car, and then sometimes my back door doesn't auto lock. So I was like, oh, maybe my back door will open. And when I went to pull on the back door handle, the door handle came off. Yeah, I was having quite an afternoon. And I parked at work, and all this happened right at work. So I had to call work and say, hey, I'm going to be late because I have to wait for a locksmith to come let me into my car. The locksmith showed up, and they told me on the phone it was going to be $40. When they get there, though, it was $40 plus $80 in labor. So it was like $120. So luckily, John here was leaving work. He works with me at Lego, and he was leaving work and was like, hey, do you want me to drive you to your apartment? If you have your ID on you, they can let you into the apartment with a spare key. And I was like, really? And I was like, thank you because I had panic. He calls it panic brain. That's a great way to describe it. I couldn't think clearly because I was so stressed out. So he drove me to my place, We got the spare key, got into my apartment, got my spare car key, and he drove me back to work. I mean, come on, that's super awesome of him. And after that, I was like, I called my mom. She's like, why don't you just go home for the night? You feel like, it sounds like you're stressed and everything. And I said, yeah, but we need money. Like, we just need money. So I was like, I'm just going to go back into work. So I did go into work. I only missed 2.5 hours. And that's thanks to John, because otherwise I would have been there for who knows how long while the locksmith was doing her thing. So, and he saved me $120. So I owe you a gift, dude. You don't owe me a gift. So yeah, big shout out to John, and check out his YouTube channel. He found out that he actually does YouTube content. He makes vlogs and stuff. And so he and I are going to cross streams at some point. Anyway, we were going to do that anyway, but now I want to do it even more because this was awesome. So probably right after Christmas, when work dies down for both of us, we will definitely cross streams and you'll see him on here. But check out his channel, click on his profile there, and subscribe to him. So yeah, I did get one of these. I wasn't gonna, but tonight I was on the way home from work and I had to stop by Walmart to get a couple groceries. And there's a Walmart on John Young that has a GameStop next to it. So I went in there and there was a bunch of these. So I just grabbed one that felt a little heavy. So yes, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, will they be in Spider-Man 3? Ryan Pente asks. I don't. According to the internet, that's the case. I have not seen any real confirmation about that. I saw Kevin Feige say, yes, Spider-Man 3 will deal with the multiverse. But that's all I've heard. So that's all, to me, that's official information. All these other websites, because I saw some website yesterday saying that all the Green Goblins were going to come back, that Willem Dafoe, Dane DeHaan, and what's the kid's name who played the new Goblin in the third movie? Franco. I heard they're all coming back, and I'm like, what? And I heard Alfred Molina's coming back as Doc Ock, and I'm like, but they all died, right? Like, they all died in their movies. Didn't Electro die also? So I'm like, how can they come back? Aren't they dead, or are they playing alternate universe versions of themselves? Like, are they playing Doc Ock that exists in the Tom Holland universe and Electro that exists in the Tom Holland universe? Like, that I'd be okay with, but like, I don't know. I've been hearing all these things that Tobey Maguire. Now I just heard tonight, Fandom Wire posted an exclusive saying that Tobey Maguire is also going to be in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. So apparently this is a trilogy. WandaVision sets up a break in reality that brings back parts of the multiverse, or gains this universe's access to the multiverse, apparently in WandaVision. And then Loki will deal more with alternate dimensions. And then Spider-Man 3 will deal with alternate dimensions. And Doctor Strange will be the conclusion of what's set up in WandaVision. So, I mean, who freaking knows anymore? So I have no idea. I'm like, so you got to watch a TV show, 2 TV shows that set up 2 movies that are going to pay it all off. Like, so I don't know. We'll see. But Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, I mean, if they come back, that's why I want to talk about it with you guys, because I've seen a couple major outlets talk about some of this, but I haven't seen any of them really confirm anything. So, at least to me, I mean, I've been at work for the past couple of days, so I may have not just been able to see. But yeah, Ben Grimm was a fighter pilot in World War II, like Jack Kirby. Yes, oh, I know. Ben Grimm's one of my favorite characters. I love that miniseries they did called Ben and Logan, where Ben Grimm was in World War II, and he gets he's flying a plane, and they send in a paratrooper from Canada, and it's Logan, and they go on a mission together. I thought that was a cool comic book, actually. Hey, Siike, how thing going? Merry early Christmas. Hey, you too, Drake. I'm doing well. Echo, stop it. We have guests. Yes, I'm very excited for the crossover. John Real says, a rumor is Jamie Foxx is an alternate universe because he's not coming back in the blue suit. Yeah, so there you go. So maybe Jamie Foxx and Alfred Molina are playing those characters in the Tom Holland universe, and they're not reprising their versions, because both of their versions, I think, died. Yeah, she is setting up stage 5 of Marvel. WandaVision is. Okay. Again, I don't really go off rumors too much. I try to wait for major outlets, like major news outlets like Variety and Deadline and those places, to at least talk about them. Then that just makes me feel more comfortable, like, having an answer. But I just don't know. Like, I don't know what they're. I mean, I think it's just like the stars aligning. Like, Sony wants to continue their Spider-Man franchise in some way without Marvel if they can. I think this is a way where both sides can have their cake and eat it too, where they can have a Marvel Spider-Man that they can continue to make deals with and put in Avenger movie or other movies. And then then Sony can go and make their Spider-Verse, and they can bring back any actors they want. Yeah, and it's funny because all these fans have been saying this for months, and I was just laughing. I was like, oh, fans come up with the dumbest things, but my foot is in my mouth on this one. If all those actors actually come back, if all the Spider-Man come back, and they actually do that, my foot will be right in my mouth. But of course, I won't fully believe it until I see a trailer or see some major headlines from it and interviews from it. But we may be getting those soon. So I think that's why Sony hasn't. I saw a lot of people for since what, February or March. People have been like, oh, we're going to get a Venom trailer in December. We're going to get a Venom trailer in December. Well, unless they just drop it randomly, there's no other events coming up to where they can release a Venom trailer. And the Morbius trailer they showed was pretty much the same Morbius trailer we got. So I think we'll probably get some Venom stuff at some point soon, but I don't think it's going to be in December. I could be wrong, but I'm not thinking it's going to be this month. So I think that, and because it's not this month, I think it's just because Sony's focusing on Spider-Man right now and all this Spider-Man news. Who's really responsible for the Spidey mentorship stuff, MCU or Sony? Too many conflicting reports that fans keep blaming both studios. I mean, I don't know. I'm the wrong guy to ask. I don't know I don't know anyone over there that I could email and ask that question to that could give me an answer. So I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you. I imagine it was like a collaboration thing. Like most movies have to be collaboration. So I'm sure they were like, hey, we want this Spider-Man movie to feel different from the other Spider-Man movies. And they probably Sony was like, we would love Iron Man to be in the Spider-Man movie because Iron Man makes $1 billion. And Marvel was probably like, okay, how about he's a mentor? I feel like it was probably a conversation literally that simple, most likely. And then probably talking to the actors, hey, do you want to work with this kid and stuff? Like we'll have you guys work together on and do a scene together for Civil War. And then if your chemistry is good, we can write that into the Spider-Man movie. I don't know. I don't know if it was any one person's idea. If it was probably Kevin Feige's. So I don't know. DC all the way. What's up? Yeah, DC. Oh, I'm a bigger DC fan than Marvel. But coming in and saying that stuff, you're going to just get banned from here. Because I don't know who you are. Jabaldi. What a silly name. Oh man, you're an awful person. Goodbye. You're blocked. But keep watching though. Keep jerking off while you're watching my show, because that's clearly the kind of mentality you have. You're going to come in and just start shitting someone's channel. And beta male, I mean, usually when people call people names, they're just projecting. So, good luck trying to become a man one day. That it's it's going to be tough for you, because with that kind of mentality, you're never going to actually grow balls, and they're never going to descend. So good luck. Good luck being a bitch. That's okay, man. He's gone. You know me, I'm always behind on comments, so I didn't see his comments till just now. Spider-Man 3 is going to be freaking amazing. I hope so, Drake. I hope so. Like I'm a little iffy on it. Like, I just think it's funny because like the more that I hear about the Spider-Man movie, it just sounds like that Flash movie. The Flash movie is like, oh, we're gonna have like 4 Batman in it, and different Superman and all this stuff. And I'm like, don't you want to make a Flash movie? At least it's multiple versions of a Spider-Man. So it's like, okay, Spider-Man is that makes sense. Like, because like the Flash movie, if they're going to do like 4 different Flashes, I'd be like, okay, I'm into that. But they're doing like 4 different Batman and Superman in a Flash movie. So I'm kind of like, that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I'll laugh my ass off if you destroyed him. I mean, it's easy to handle people like that because they're pathetic. Like it's like he finds a random channel that is talking about something that he hates, and he's like, I'm going to go in here and be cool and tough and call him a beta male and repeat all these things I see, other children say on the internet, and I'm going to sound tough and cool. And it's like, your life is sad if your life is to go into other people's chats who are just trying to talk about stuff that they like or that they're discussing. Like, I'm not even on board with Spider-Man, and I'm a bigger DC fan, and he just comes in, DC's better all the way, blah, blah, blah. I'm a troll, I have no life. It's like, I mean, dude, more power to you, man. Like, go find one of your other fake accounts and then come in here and try to talk some more shit. Go log out, ask your mom's permission first, of course. She's the adult at your house. Tell her I'll be over like after probably around 1 a.m. And you can start calling me dad from now on. So yeah, there you go, bitch. So yeah, the Spider-Man stuff, like, I don't know. I'm not super into it, like, yet. I got to see more, and I want to see more things come out from confirmed sources. I'm just not, I don't know, just like bringing Alfred Molina back and all these people. I'm like, if they're playing different versions of those characters in the Tom Holland universe, I'm into that. Kind of like how J.K. Simmons is also J. Jonah Jameson in the Tom Holland universe, and he was in the Sam Raimi universe. It's like, okay, that's cool. That, and they only changed, you know, Spider-Man actor and some of his friends. I'm like, that's cool. I can see that. So I don't know. You guys tell me. Like, are you? I see some of you, like Drake, is very excited for Spider-Man 3. I just need to hear some of these information, like some of it from more confirmed sources. All we know for sure from Kevin Feige was that Spider-Man 3 will deal with a multiverse. And like I said, I feel like it's another one of those decisions that benefits both companies, because both Sony want to do that and both Marvel wants to do that. They want to introduce the multiverse in their movies, and obviously Sony wants to do that for their movies. So yeah, we'll see what happens, and we'll see what that leads to. I guess that's probably make Deadpool more fun to make as far as a movie goes. If they do Deadpool 3 and he's somehow like aware of all the multiverses, like where he can meta make jokes about every world, Marvel, MCU, Fox, like that'd be kind of neat. Actually, that'd be kind of neat. So yeah. All right. Hey, thanks for the 3 thumbs up, everybody. So let's see, it's 9:15. So let's start opening this up. So you guys tell me your Spider-Man thoughts if you want, and then we'll switch over to Fantastic Four. And while we're talking Fantastic Four, we'll do this. So I have I don't know. Yeah, Deadpool. Yeah, their Deadpool 3, I think, got confirmed or something. I heard there's a rumored Joker-styled Carnage movie in the works for Sonyverse. I remember seeing something like that in the Sony leaked email a long time ago. I mean, yeah, but those emails were back from when I worked at Sony, which was like 2007, 2008. So I doubt those plans are still happening. Yeah, we need Deadpool. I think Spider-Man 4 is going to be about Sinister Six. I think they're just going to make a Sinister Six movie, honestly. I think they're just going to do... I think they're going to do a Spider-Man 3, a Venom 2, a Sinister Six movie, and probably a movie called Spider-Man versus Venom. Like, that's what I think they'll do. Because someone was saying, like, oh, do you think Spider-Man will show up in Venom 3 or Venom will show up in Spider-Man or something like that? And I'm like, dude, King Kong versus Godzilla, dude. Like, just put them, Freddy versus Jason. Throw them both on the title. Spider-Man versus Venom. Like, screw it, man. Batman versus Superman. Like, just do it. It sells tickets. So don't even call the movie one or the other. Just call it both. So, yeah. That Carnage thing might not be a thing anymore. I'm pretty sure it's not a thing anymore. We got to see how this movie does. I mean, and this movie's might not even get a theatrical release. We'll see. We'll see how this year goes. But I have a thing about John Watts, who's the director of Spider-Man. He's going to be directing Fantastic Four. Now I know Peyton Reed, who directs the Ant-Man movies, he really wanted to do Fantastic Four. So I thought he was going to be announced as the FF director, but John Watts was instead. And I think maybe I know why. One, I think he has a great relationship like Peyton Reed does. Peyton Reed's kind of a yes man. John Watts is kind of a yes man. Not really a guy with a vision, just more of a working director, which is totally fine. And I could be wrong on that. He may have I just saw him in a couple of interviews and I'm like, yeah, he's what a studio would love. He comes in, he's like, here's what I'd like to do. And they're like, well, here's what you're going to do. And he's like, cool. Where's my paycheck? And I love Spider-Man anyway, so it's a dream come true. Thanks for having me here. I think because he had that good of a working relationship with them, they're probably like, hey, after Spider-Man 3, we're unsure if the Spider-Man movies are going to continue in the MCU, and we can't just have you sitting around waiting to find out. So would you like to do another movie? And I'm going to guess he probably said, yeah, I'd love to do Fantastic Four, because maybe even you could put Spider-Man in there as a cameo too still. And so since he has a working relationship with Tom Holland, it'll be interesting. It'll be easier for him to bring Tom Holland in and have him work with the chemistry of the other actors. So we could get that too. Spider-Man vs. Venom Omnibus Edition book was badass. Oh, that was. With all the reprint stuff that leads up to Venomnibus number 1 and 2. Yeah. I think there's a Venomnibus 3 now too. I haven't bought any of them because I own them all digitally, and I just I was moving to California, or from California to here. So I was like, I can't be bringing more stuff with me. Hey, Swindle, what's up? Afternoon. Afternoon for you, 9 p.m. for me. What up? What up? Hope you're doing well. I heard about the Carnage movie, and honestly, I'm freaking excited. Definitely have rated R, and the writers should take inspiration from Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. I mean, yeah, but that's not going to happen. So I'm sorry. Yeah, he's talking about some rumor he heard from the leaked emails from 2007. Like we already squashed that break. It's not going to happen. We need an Amazing 8. Amazing 8. I don't know what that is. Oh, amazing. Oh, like Fantastic Four. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we need an Amazing 8. So anyway, so what I have here, speaking of Fantastic Four, leave your thoughts in the comments on Spider-Verse stuff and Fantastic Four. Like I said, I think John Watches has a good relationship with Marvel and Sony probably, but mainly Marvel. And they were probably like, hey, you've done a couple movies for us, and you let us kind of, you know, steer the ship in a lot of these directions because Spider-Man is a Sony thing. So you had to like listen to two studios, like go back and forth. What would you like to do for us that you talk to us on? And he probably was like Fantastic Four, and I'm glad he did, because he does make pretty safe and fun movies. And at this point, I don't want like these movies are never gonna like blow our minds as far as like the best writing or the best ever characterization stuff, but if they at least make fun stuff that's good for popcorn stuff and introduces a newer audience to these characters and more people to these characters, I'm fine with that. Like I don't dislike the other Fantastic Four movies. I really like Rise of the Silver Surfer. The only thing I don't like about that movie is Galactus. I think if Galactus actually looked like Galactus in that movie and he wasn't like a big space cloud, I think people would look back on that movie and actually like it. As silly as it was like a family movie. And that's what they are. They're a family. They're not really superheroes. They're like a family, like the Incredibles kind of, although they're actually superheroes. The Fantastic Four, they never set out to be superheroes. They were scientists and people that went to space, and they got mutated. So when they came back to Earth, their first thought wasn't let's go save people and be heroes. It was we're a family. We got to protect ourselves. And now that the media is all over us, we have to really protect ourselves, because now people who are evil might want to come get us. So I always like that. Fantastic Four is such a cool story. It's a story where Miles and Ghost Spider join the FF. Nice. And Wolverine. Get Wolverine and Ghost Rider in there too, because they were the new FF. Spider-Verse right now, the hell is going on? Like, holy smokes, it's getting insane. I'm really curious on what's happening. What's going to happen. Yeah, I know. I mean, well, it's funny because they're like, oh, we're going to do a Spider-Man live-action multiverse. I'm like, yeah, but you just did that with Miles. Now you're like taking away Miles' movie by doing a live-action version of it with all white Spider-Man. So, which is like, whatever, that's fine. I don't care. But it's like, at the same time, it just made me laugh. Whoa, okay. I just opened the box. Hold on, let me read their comments first. Spider-Verse right now. Oh, I like the Fantastic Four 2015 movie, although Dr. Doom's design was really bad. Yeah, me too. I liked his design a little bit more in Rise of the Silver Surfer, because if you look on his gauntlets, there's all this like Latvian scroll writing in it, and then like some like what's the word? There's like a design cut into his gauntlets that looks really cool, of like someone kneeling in front, like worshiping or something. It looks awesome. Like his design in the second movie looked a little better, for sure. And when he gets on the Silver Surfer board, I thought that was cool. I like that. Peyton Reed might do small introduction cameo to some of the F scientist characters as homage to his involvement and passion for the F4, but I don't know. I mean, it's possible. Maybe he'll that could be something wherein Quantum, whatever the hell the next Ant-Man and Wasp movie is called, Quantum something, they'll probably do that. Like he'll probably introduce Reed Richards or something, and that's fine. If they want to slowly introduce the Fantastic Four in different movies leading up to the Fantastic Four, that'd be kind of cool, to where you get to know them as humans first before they get, well, they're still human later, but before they get their powers. That would be kind of cool, actually. I hope they mention Latveria more, especially in Black Panther 2, which I heard they're not going to replace Chadwick Boseman. They're just going to explore other characters from the first movie in the second movie. So I'm thinking his sister, or maybe like the girl who Lupita, or what's her name, Lupita Nyong'o, who played like the I can't remember her character's name. Okoye, the bald girl. Like, I'm sure one of them will probably become Black Panther. That's what I'm trying to say. So one of them probably will be the new Black Panther. But I hope they mention Latveria in that, and they should also mention Atlantis in that. Like, they should be aware of the other kingdoms on Earth. I feel Latveria, Wakanda should be more aware of the other realms on Earth. That would be kind of cool if they have like this peacekeeping thing where they go to like Atlantis, you see Namor, or they go to like Latveria and you see Doom, and they're trying to do like hey, we had all this technology, you Atlanteans have all this technology, Latveria, you have this all technology. Why don't you share it with the world like we're doing now? And you join us at the UN and spread peace and share our technology. And maybe Latveria and both Latveria and Atlantis are like, no, screw the humans. So that could be a cool setup for that. Did you get the Chas? You'll see. Any thoughts on King in Black with 2 comics so far? Yeah, we're gonna do on Tuesday. So we did King in Black #1. We did a live chat about it last week. We're gonna do a live chat about Venom #31 on Tuesday. And I got a couple. We have a friend named Cam Fraser who sent me the Union #1 and Atlantis Rising #5. He sent me the digital codes. So we're going to talk about all those in an episode coming up. So big shout out to Cam. Cam said as long as the books keep coming out, whatever he can afford, he's going to get them and send me the digital codes so I can review them for you guys. Because I was like, yeah, I don't have the money to buy all the tie-ins. But Cam was like, hey, I want to hear you talk about them. So if I buy them and give you the codes, will you talk about them? And I'm like, well, sure, if you're going to provide content. So officially next season, I'll probably even make a little intro for Cam. Next season will be sponsored. My King in Black reviews will be sponsored by Cam. So I might do like a little 10-second intro for Cam. Don't tell him I'm doing that. But unless he's watching this, then hello, Cam. But yeah, I thought that was really nice. And if anyone ever, like Lonely Symbiote did when she got me Monster Hunter World, we stream that. I try to stream it as much as possible on my gaming channel. So when people donate something to this place, I try to do the shout out and cover it. If it's important to you that you want me to talk about these things, I'm happy to do it, especially for such a nice gesture. So yeah, so I'll have more King in Black videos going up next week. All right, so first off, Venomized sticker, Fantastic Four Venomized sticker, which is awesome. I got a new Kindle Fire 10 coming in tomorrow, and that'll be what I'll be reading my movie news off of from now on, so I don't have to have my really bright computer screen in front of me. It messes up my lighting sometimes. I can actually have this little pad in front of me, and we can do the news on it. So maybe I'll put this sticker on the back of that. So that's awesome. So we got that. We have a miniaturized Venomized Silver Surfer. And wow, this is like really bright, and I can't focus. So try to do, you know what? Let me do this. Move that over. No. What are you doing? Okay, no thanks. There we go. Ooh, yes. So, all right. So, hold on. Hopefully that helps a little. So, Venomized Silver Surfer. Not really helping too much, but it says only at GameStop. Sweet. We have Venomized Dr. Doom pin. That is cool. Doom is my favorite, so that's cool to see a Venomized version of him. Venomized Silver Surfer Pez dispenser. How cool is that? That's a lot of Silver Surfer stuff. That's great. And a Venomized version. And the Funko Pop. So I wanted the thing. So I picked this up because it was heavy. And I was like, all right, it's got to have the thing in it because it's heavy. But I actually got something that's way cooler than the thing. If I'm not mistaken, this is a Chase. This is a Chase variant. It is a Chase variant. Invisible Woman as Venomized, but she's invisible. She's one of the Chase figures. How awesome does she look? She's invisible. You can't really even see, like, the details are kind of there, but you can't really see her. Like, she's creepy. Like, you just see like spirals of black around her see-through body. That is freaking cool. I saw a picture of this. This is the one my brother wants, so he's gonna be really pissed off that I got it. Yeah, he's gonna be like, dude, I'll give you whatever you want for it. Send it to me, please. I don't think so, dude. I'm keeping this one. Venizable Woman. Oh my God, that's genius. Venizable Woman. That is good. Imagine if the MCU Sokovia equals Latveria, their pre-Soviet name, and after Age of Ultron, Doom came back to take over the country after his accident from college and journey quest around the world. Oh, that could be interesting to tie it all in there. And that's why he hates the heroes, is because they kind of destroyed the country he came from. A Pez, weird, but neat though. Yeah, the Pez is weird. I wasn't expecting a Pez machine. That's cool. I like Venomized Green Goblin and Venomized Ghost Rider. I have one of those. They're way back there in the purple lights. I'm going to have to redo this lighting. I'm going to try to add some to the... Oh, you know what? I didn't turn on the top lights. That's why those are so bright. Oh, well. I'm not going to get up right now to do it, but I'll remember for the next video. Anyway, yeah, I can't wait to call my brother after I finish the stream and tell him that I got Venomized Chase version of Invisible Woman. He's going to be really upset. It's uniquely strange. I love it. Yeah, I'm into this. And Invisible Woman does look cool. I love the Fantastic Four. I do. And I'm excited that they're doing a movie of them. I did not want a Disney Plus version of Fantastic Four, but I do want a Disney Plus version of X-Men. There are so many stinking X-Men characters, and I think the problem with a lot of those movies is every movie tonally is different than the previous movie and the preceding movie. They're just tonally different. And then they try to do the decades thing where each one was a different decade, and that was a big mess. Like, I want a show about the X-Men, so that way you can spend time with some of the characters, maybe even before they develop their mutation, or you could do a whole episode on Cyclops or a whole episode on Storm. You can take your time with them. And it's like, I just don't want to see a movie where like, all right, here's the X-Men, and here's like 10 X-Men you haven't seen in most of the other movies before. Like, we're going to get in there, we're going to get this character, that. You're going to have Rogue in a yellow jacket, whatever the heck they do. Like, I just don't want it all crammed in. So the X-Men, I would like it to be a Disney Plus series of shows. And Fantastic Four, I was hoping would be a movie. So when they announced the movie, I was like, well, at least I'm getting that wish. And I hope they don't do Doom right away. I hope Doom is set up throughout multiple movies, like Thanos was. That's what I would really like. Whereas Doom just pops up in different movies, Black Panther movies, Fantastic Four movies, whatever, Armor Wars. To me, that would be great if he pops up in all that stuff, because then you could do a big payoff with him like they did with Thanos. And I think Doom is Thanos level of badassery, in my opinion. I think Doom's cooler than Thanos, actually. So Donny Cates, heavy hitter after heavy hitter, like, seriously. Donny Cates has been killing it with a lot of other stuff, and so good on him. I mean, I'm a little critical of his writing on Venom, but the guy does deliver, big thing after big thing. So he is by far one of those favorite Venom comic book writers. Also, X-Men Disney Plus would be interesting, like a Weapon X show. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You could do a Weapon X show. You can do a First Class show. You could do whatever. You could Generation X. Like, you could break it up however you want. It'd be awesome. Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike completely Donny Cates' Venom run, but I'm very critical of it. So if you're new to this channel, and you haven't watched my reviews of his books before, I'm a harsh critic sometimes. But he's done for Venom what most writers haven't done, which is he took Venom to like rock star status, like in the comics. But Venom's always been a household name, and I always wish the company like Marvel would push Venom more. Once they got Donny Cates on there, they pushed Venom a lot. Although I still think the best book at Marvel right now is Daredevil, and Marvel barely ever promotes that book, and it's a shame because that's a great book. Yes, X-Men needs time to develop. I agree. I think so too. I want an FF with John Krasinski. John Krasinski. Oh, yeah. Okay, from Quiet Place, I think. I haven't seen that movie, but was he in something else? Like, he's on a TV show, I think. Probably a couple. You guys are probably all screaming at me. He's on this. He's on that. Is he from The Office? Like, I can't remember. I think I know the name, though. Yeah, okay. He could be a good Fantastic, Mr. Fantastic, though. Yeah, The Office. Okay, that's what he is. Yeah, okay. I know of him then. I don't watch a lot of stuff, actually. What's up, folks? Hey, peek at you. What's up? Streaming and TV taking over movies since there's more cinematic qualities. I mean, I don't know. Define cinematic qualities. I saw like a lot of people getting mad, like filmmakers getting mad at Warner Brothers and AT&T because of the deal they just announced, where every big blockbuster movie next year they're going to release at home on their streaming service and in the theaters. And I saw a lot of people, like a lot of filmmakers, getting mad about that and stuff. And it's just like, I don't know. I understand their anger and why they're angry, but movies aren't a magical experience to me. They probably were at one point in my life, but post ANEURYSM, where I just kind of lost a lot of memories of that kind of stuff, I don't really have attachments to movies like that, like not like some weird spiritual connection to them. I do like a lot of movies, and I when people tell me like a movie changed their life, like I believe them absolutely. But I don't know. I saw these filmmakers, like the guy Villy Delanove or whatever, he's doing Dune, and then obviously Chris Nolan and stuff, and they're just like, oh, like they're ruining cinema and blah blah blah. It needs to be seen on the big screen. I'm just like, yeah, but it's a different world. Like a lot of people have theaters in their houses now. Now, obviously, a lot of people right now are facing eviction, and it's a much scarier world. But that's what you got to have in your mind. Like, these filmmakers are just like, boo, my movie's not going to be in the theater. I signed a contract and I'm supposed to start a franchise, and Dune should be like 10 movies long, and I should be, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, I don't know, Villeneuve, whatever. I love Arrival. I love a lot of his movies, but they don't make a lot of money. So to me, I'm just like, I'm sorry, man. Dune probably wasn't going to make a lot of money anyway. Like, I mean, I could be wrong there, but I go by patterns. Like, that's how I judge everything. And if I was a studio executive, it'd be like, all right, dude, your last 3 movies didn't really make a ton of money for us. So the last thing in my mind would be to give somebody like that a big franchise. But anyway, Dune will probably be good. He's a good director, and I like his movies. They don't make a ton of money. So when I see him coming out and complaining, I'm just like, now's the time for sacrifice from a lot of us. And a lot of us have given a lot during this pandemic. We've lost our jobs. We've had to move. We've had to do other things. And there's people, and I've only done a few of those things. I know people who have it way worse. Texas had mass evictions like 2 months ago. Suicide rate has gone up. Depression has gone up. People are losing their jobs. People like my mom were demoted, so she was making really good money for a while. Now she got demoted like 2 positions, and they said you can either leave the company or get demoted 2 spots and probably have to work another like 8 years to get back to the spot you were in or whatever. It's like, life sucks. It's not fair, and this has screwed a lot of us. There are businesses that are closing. There's, you know, restaurants, everything, bars, all these places. People tried to live the American dream and pay and be their own bosses, which is what most of us dream about. Most of us want to work hard so that one day we can be our own bosses, so that way we don't have someone telling us stupid shit we got to do that we don't agree with. They tell us about dumb policies that we don't agree with. We want to be able to, you know, own our own business so we can cater to people and help people and get them like a product or a service that they want, so that we can all live. I mean, most people, I think, nowadays grew up in the generation where everyone's famous on YouTube and all these places they get on TV. But that does take hard work too, but it's not the American dream, you know, really. And so when I see these filmmakers being like, my movie, it needs to come out in theaters, and they're screwing us and blah, blah. It's like, yeah, they're making dumb corporate soulless decisions. You're right. You got a point, Chris Nolan. You got a point, Billy Villeneuve. But also, do you want people to see your movie or not? Like, then you're going to have to understand that most people won't go to the theaters for the next probably 6 months, you know, at the very least. So I don't know. I'm of 2 minds of it. I get where these directors are coming from, but at the same time, they kind of sound like pampered babies. And then I also agree a little bit with the soulless hack you know, people that are like at AT&T that are making these decisions to bump their streaming service sales, because they have a job too, and they got to make those sales go up. So I understand their position. I kind of agree with it, but I also I understand the other side of it. So I'm of 2 minds, and there's no easy solution. But that's what I'm saying is, this year and next year are going to be the year of sacrifice for a lot of us. And, you know, there's just so much we're going to be giving up that we don't normally would give up. And there's going to be a lot of things we compromise on that we don't normally compromise on, just so we can get by. And it's not going to be fair to any of us. Honestly, none of us should have to be in that position. And even without a pandemic, people are in those positions, and it's not fair that they're in those positions. So these filmmakers just need to, you know, I don't know, stop being pussies, in my opinion. I want an X-Men movie with Jensen Ackles as Wolverine and Keanu Reeves as Sabretooth. What? Whoa, awesome. Well, I love Jensen Ackles. He's going to be on The Boys next season, so you get to see him as Soldier Boy. That'll be fun. Eddie's Mullet emailed me last night and said, dude, Razor Fist is going to be in the Shang-Chi movie. Razor Fist, I think, is a Shang-Chi villain or was or something, but he fought Toxin. He's the dude with the knives for hands. And we made fun of when we did that Toxin review, and I tore that book apart. I hate that book so much. And yeah, Razor Fist. And so Eddie Mullet emailed me last night. He was like, dude, Razor Fist is coming to the big screen. I'm like, dang, man. We live in a world where Batroc the Lipper and Razor Fist are going to be in movies. Like, that's crazy. Batroc's already been. He was in Civil War. Yeah. Is Gore the God Butcher actually confirmed? Yes, I mean, I saw articles on it. I don't know. I think it was confirmed by Deadline, or someone wrote an article, someone big, I think, that Christian Bale's playing Gore the God Butcher. And I even saw Donnie Cates, I think, was commenting on it on some site, posted his retweet of it, I guess. And he was all excited for it. So I don't know. I think that is a real thing now. Yeah. I really need to do some research on how Gore is, because I also thought that Bale was going to play Beta Ray Bill. I think you're going to see Beta Ray Bill. We saw him as a statue in Ragnarok, but we might see him as a character. If you got Marvel Future Fight, the mobile game, I've been playing the Guardians of the Galaxy Epic Quest, and you unlock Beta Ray Bill right when you start the quest, and then as you play more of it, you upgrade him. I love Beta Ray Bill. He's my favorite Thor character, out next to what's his name? Sif. Or I know Sif is up there, but Heimdall. I was gonna call Idris Elba, but that's the actor who plays him. Idris Elba plays Heimdall. But yeah, Heimdall, Sif, and Beta Ray Bill are my 3 favorite Thor characters. I hope this lockdown won't cripple our country beyond repair. I mean, it is already. A lot of people are already too hurt to get back. The average person in America, if they're $10,000 or more in debt, that is considered a lifetime of debt. So like me, I'll be paying medical bills for the rest of my life because of how many procedures and things I've had. So I am considered a person who's a lifetime in debt. Luckily, I can get away with paying like $5-10 a month on some of these things. That's the only way I'm able to get by and keep up with these things. But I'll be paying that for the rest of my life. So $10,000 is all it takes for most Americans to slip into a lifetime of debt, which is not a lot of money, actually, when you really think about it. I mean, it's a ton of money to me. If someone gave me a $10,000 check right now, I would be like, holy crap, that's, but a lot of people don't, most people don't have that. And if they get into that far into debt, they are paying that for the rest of their lives with interest and all these things. So I think they said something like almost over half the country right now it's $6,000 to $7,000 in debt, which means we are not too far away from most Americans having a lifetime of debt. That's a scary thing. So this lockdown has already screwed us, and it's going to be really hard to bounce back, especially when you have a bunch of politicians who can't agree on a relief package to help these businesses and these local and state places. So we're not going to get into all that politics stuff, but it's heartbreaking. You think that when things get really bad, the people who we bitch about on the internet all the time, who say, oh, they're not doing their job, they're not doing this, you want them to prove you wrong and put their differences aside and help us, but I've learned over the past year that you cannot rely on politicians. That is a clear lesson I've learned this year. So I will not ever rely on them again. And that's why, despite my health being an issue, I'm working 2 jobs right now because, I'm not supposed to. My health does not really consider it, but since I don't really qualify for disability, because I can function and I can do basic things, they still recommend that I work, just 20 to 30 hours a week, but I'm working like 50 to 60 hours a week between 2 jobs. So, and I get 1 day off every week. So, that's just because I don't want to rely on, the government anymore. I don't want. I would love for them to send us a stimulus check so I can get out of some of the debt I've been getting in more, and get some help and maybe buy myself something nice. Something small like $200-300, something nice. But I'm not asking for much. But I know people depend. They need that $1,200 check just to pay rent this month because a lot of them are facing eviction because eviction protection runs out at the end of the month. So there's going to be a lot of homeless people in January, most likely, or people moving back home with their parents or moving in together, like married couples living with one of their family members and stuff. And it's tough, man. It's not fair. Yep, sacrifice. A lot of elderly people from my local church have died. That sucks. That really sucks. Holy cow, that sucks. I don't like hearing I'm not a fan of war or death. I know some people would call them necessary evils. Or they would call war necessary evil. Death is a part of life. But it still sucks. And, we're trying to do everything we can to, reduce the amount of them, but it's like, what can we do? We were caught off guard, and then no one can agree on a tactic to battle it or combat this. And because of that, we can't for once, like, it's so weird. Like, even in the face of annihilation in some degree, people cannot find a way to just go like, you know what? Fuck it. We'll do it your way this time. And then after we get through this, we'll do it my way, or we'll do something my way. Like I get the next one, it's just funny to me. You can't get people to do that. It's a shame. I was interested to see the census numbers of people leaving California and New York en masse. I mean, that's what's funny. When I tell people I moved here from California, here in Florida, everyone goes, "Oh my God, you got out of there. That's great. Like, when did you move here? Like a week ago or something?" I'm like, no, I've been here for like 9 months now. And they're like, "Oh, you moved out before it got crazy." And I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah. I was like, I moved for health reasons, but I'm glad I did, because the place I used to work at, the Lego I used to work at, like, it's opened and closed now, like, I think 2 or 3 times. Siike is secretly Razor Fist's biggest fan. Don't let him fool you. You shut your mouth. Where's my Razor Fist poster? Where's my Razor Fist poster? Yeah, I have Razor Fist Halloween hands. I'll stab ya. I wouldn't want to be forced to live in a literal box in 10 years. I live worse than a hamster in a cheap cage. That's the thing is, yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. That's why, like, my complaint bar has gone down. I'm very lucky where I am right now. Like, I got a nice place. It's good. It's a little expensive, but I'm trying to make it work. I have help, luckily, from my mom and some friends. But now I have 2 jobs, so I get a check every week, and I make enough to get by right now. And I'm very lucky, because most people aren't in that position. And I'm lucky that 2 jobs, not just 1, but 2 jobs, because SeaWorld was so hard on me as far as like physically and my health. I mean, I'm still bouncing back from SeaWorld. That's how much damage working there did to my health. I'm still feeling it. But then on top of that, having this anemia, hypothermia shit, like, is making my fatigue worse. It's making my breathing harder sometimes. Like, so when I'm sitting and talking, it's fine. But like when I'm walking around, it hurts. My chest hurts. It gets tough, especially at Lego. At Harley, my job's a little bit more laid back. It's not as busy as it is at Lego. Lego is constant. I'm on the floor helping guests. I get on a register. I'm helping them there. I have to watch the door, front door, back door, do line management outside. Break people when they're going on their breaks. Take over their positions. Like this. Luckily I'm good at that job, or at least I feel like I am, and the managers there see that, and so they just put me they're like, "Oh, he'll do any position, he won't complain." And it's true. I'm just grateful to be working somewhere, so they won't ever hear a complaint out of me. I actually had a manager talk pretty shitty to me the other day, and I said, "You know what, who cares?" I was like, who gives a crap, because I still work here, and I still have another job that I can go to tomorrow. Like, I'm lucky, so just who gives a crap? Let them say whatever they want to say. It doesn't matter. Go Razor Fist. Kevin Feige confirmed a Disney investor thing yesterday. Yeah, he confirmed the multiverse thing. Sif is making a return, and he confirmed Sif. What? Oh, good, because I really missed her in Ragnarok. Actually, I really missed Sif. I love Sif. That's cool. I wonder if Kevin took notice of King in Black recently. I mean, I'm sure he knows of it. I'm sure. This better not be worse than the Great Depression. I mean, I think it already is in some instances. It is, I think. Second economic crash coming, like 2008. Ah, God, let's hope not, because that was bad. That was my first year in California when that happened, and I remember it was tough out there. And then we also had the writer's strike, I think, that year too, which made it tough for work as well, for me to find work. Second economic crash coming. Yeah, I mean, let's hope not. I mean, I don't know. I think we'll see. I keep hoping for the best. I'm not a genius on that stuff. Like, I'm just a dumb idiot. I don't know really what's going on. I just know what I glean or listen to. Like, there's a couple, like I watched The Hill, which is like a pretty impartial. Like, they don't seem to have a bias one way or the other. One host is Democrat, one host is Republican, and they get along and they actually have conversations and discuss. It's a guy and a girl, and I like them. I like watching them. They're very informational. They just give you the information. Sometimes when they do interviews, they throw some softball questions. I don't like softball questions when it comes to politicians who screw us, but they do that. So whatever. And I also watched Jimmy Dore on YouTube. He used to be on the Young Turks. I thought he was the only person on the Young Turks that actually talked like a rational person. Now he's kind of like a cranky, crazy old man. So I find that entertaining, but some of what he says is not wrong. So I like watching him sometimes. But I try to get my information from all sources, not just one bias. I try to hear it from, but I also don't only have so much time in a day. So that's why I don't listen to what I say. I just have an opinion like everybody else, and I don't know how to make things better. I don't. I just want them to be better. I hope that the people who get paid more than me and who are smarter than me and went to college and who have these positions in the Senate and the House, I expect them to know better. And when they show lack of common sense and they show how disconnected they are from the average person, it breaks your heart, because then you're like, well, then they're not speaking for me anymore. They're not trying to help me anymore. They're just trying to help themselves. What would you get if you had $200? I don't know, man. No. I did want to get an arcade machine, but it was $500. It's Marvel versus Capcom in it. What else was it? Marvel Superheroes, X-Men Children of the Atom. It was like a Best Buy exclusive, arcade one up. It had like six fighting games in it from Capcom that dealt with Marvel characters. And I was like, oh, that'd be so cool to put in the background back there, and then I would play it all the time. But I mean, that's just me being unrealistic. It's a $500 item that I would never have $500 for. A $200 item, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what I would do with it. I would probably just fix a couple things around the apartment. I probably wouldn't actually buy one thing. Part of me would want to get a Nintendo Switch Lite so I can play Resident Evil in my bed. But I can kind of do that now with the TV. I just got to move the bed in front of the TV. So I don't know. I don't have an answer. I'd probably get my car fixed. That's probably the most responsible thing to do. But I don't even know what's wrong with it right now. So until I do, I don't know how much that costs. So I hope the vast majority of Americans won't be homeless as middle class becomes a thing of the past. Middle class is definitely going to break down, I feel. That's what it's going to be. Hey, what's up, Twisty's Art? How's it going? And nothing I say is deep. I'm just rambling. I'm just a nearly 40-year-old guy who's just, who's actually 10 years old. Because 10 years ago I had a brain aneurysm and I had to start over. So I mean, don't listen to me. I'm just an old kid. Is mainstream monetized for you to receive revenue? I got this after logging in and out. Yeah, this is a monetized episode. So I do monetize my live streams because sometimes I had a friend give me a super chat once and they had trouble doing it because I didn't have the episode monetized, I think. So I've been monetizing them since then. So I might have missed this, but what do you think of the Secret Invasion announcement? I don't give a shit. Secret Invasion is one of the worst comic books that I've read at Marvel, so I don't care about the TV show version. I do like Sam Jackson and I do like Ben Mendelsohn, but I don't care. I mean, I'll be honest with you right now, the TV show stuff they did yesterday, I didn't care really about them. I'm interested to watch the Obi-Wan show because I like Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor. I like their chemistry as friends in those movies, those Star Wars movies. Those are the only things I really liked about those movies. So I'm interested to watch that show, kind of. And, and of course, Ahsoka, she's my girl, so I'll probably support that show. I love Rosario Dawson. I have the biggest crush on her I've had for years. So yeah, probably those two shows. And then the Marvel shows, I don't know, I'll watch WandaVision because it looks weird. And I'll probably watch Winter Soldier and Falcon because I'm a Captain America fan. But after that, I mean, I don't know. If I see the shows, I'll see them, but I just don't watch a lot. It's funny, this Venom show. Thank God I like Venom a lot, and that I like him more the longer we do this show because I get excited for Venom content, but everything else I don't really get excited for. If you want to see me get excited for something, check out my gaming channel, my second channel. I've been doing, how on the Venom vlog we do updates of set photos and things like that, and I went to visit the set of Venom 2 and everything. I post all those videos. I just posted 8 videos this week, 7 or 8 videos this week of the new Resident Evil reboot on my gaming channel. So my gaming channel, I'm up to episode 28 of the Nemesis show. It's basically my Venom vlog for Resident Evil, and it's going to be on my gaming channel. So you can check it out over there if you want to see me talk about more movie stuff. I get excited about Resident Evil. Next year's the 25th anniversary. I get excited for Venom. A couple years ago was his 30th anniversary, and I like Halo and Transformer stuff. But outside of that, I don't really get excited for anything. So when I saw those logos, at the investor meeting, I was just kind of I'm sure I'll watch some of them. I don't know. 25th title that ties in. Some of them have multiple issues. Oh, now to bring it back, Scream is the 25th confirmed tie-in issues for the series. Yes, I saw Scream is getting a new #1. I saw that in my feed today on Instagram. So that's sweet. I think our friend Let's Talk Scream was posting that. So yeah. Might lighten the mood. Scream is getting a miniseries. Yes, that's cool. I'm glad because the fans made a lot of noise for that character, and I'm glad. First, she's going to get a short story in the Planet of the Symbiotes one-shot that ties in. Then she's going to get her own miniseries. So I'm excited. That's great. Bendis equals bend ass. Yeah, I'm not a big Bendis fan. I like his earlier work, but I don't. Everything after, once he took over Avengers, once he got to Secret Invasion, he completely lost me because that was a really terrible book. If only Andy Scream and her enemy crossover with the main story, it'd be nice to see Mother Red Grendel meet Null. That's true. That'd be cool. Favorite Kubrick film? Shit. Dang, I don't know. I can't remember his whole library. Let's check. I have a couple. I like Kubrick. He's kind of an artsy fart guy. Hey, did he do Shining? Let's see. Just say Clockwork Orange. I like that movie. That's a good movie. Yeah. Why are some channels saying the Venom 2 trailer is dropping this month? Like, how do they know? Because I don't know. They're liars. I don't know. Yeah, because people have been saying that since March, that it's going to be a Venom 2 trailer. They're like, it's going to come out in December. Like, if it doesn't come out in March, it's coming in December. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, how would you know that in March? So yeah, just all these people, just, I think a lot of people saw that CCXP was going to be in December, and they were like, oh, in 2017, that's where they revealed, like the first thing with Ruben Fleischer and Tom Hardy spoke at CCXP through a video conference thing. Like, they phoned in a video, and yeah, I think that was, I don't know. Spartacus. Oh, I like Spartacus. I forgot that was 1960 though. Dr. Strangelove, that's a good one. And yeah, and Clockwork Orange. Yeah, that's a good movie actually. So I don't know if that's my favorite though. Apocalypse Now, but that's a weird movie. But yeah, Full Metal. Oh, you know what? It's got to be Full Metal Jacket. The first half of Full Metal Jacket's amazing. The second half is not that great. So yeah. Oh, 2000. What's it? Your mind is going, Dave. 2001: Space Odyssey. Yeah, I'll probably go with Space Odyssey. I like the other ones. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I didn't know I couldn't think of movies he made. That's weird. Yeah, he did Shining. Yeah, I like Shining too. My friend Alex says that's a pretentious movie. Hey, whoa, Fuzzy Nuts. I love your name. Ever read The Scarlet Spider, Kane Parker solo by Chris Yost? Yes, not only did I read it, but after I did an interview with the guys who wrote and created the Maximum Venom Spider-Man cartoon, Chris Wyatt and Kevin Burke, they were nice enough to write or contact Chris Yost because I was missing volume 2 in trade paperback. And they said, hey, we know this guy who's a big fan of your Scarlet Spider run that, is missing a copy of your graphic novel. Do you happen to have any? And he said, yes, I have a couple of them here at the house. So Chris Yost wrote me an email and said, hey, I'll sign one and send it to you. And then the day after he did that, someone, I guess, on my Instagram saw that I was missing it, other than Kevin, because Kevin saw it on my Instagram. So I wrote Kevin, I said, hey, thanks so much for doing that. And then Chris Yost was like, thank you so much. Here's my address. And he's like, yeah, it might take me like a couple weeks, but I'll find it and I'll send it to you. The very next day, someone wrote me and said, hey, dude, what's your address? I got a copy for you. And I was like, dang it. I'm like, so what do? Do I reject this guy's offer? He's going to send it right now, or do I reject Chris Yost? So since Chris Yost he said he had to go find it, I wrote him back and I said, hey, I'm so sorry. Like, it's a very nice offer and I don't want to deny it. I feel like an a-hole for denying it, but someone is going to send it, so you don't have to dig through your stuff to look for it, whatever. So hopefully Chris Yost doesn't hate me now, because he's one of my favorite comic book writers, and he wrote some of the Thor movies too. So imagine the MCU phase 4, 5, and 6 buildups to Doom, and phase 7, 8, and 9 buildups to Galactus. I mean, yes, that'd be good for me. So yeah, I don't know why some people are saying Venom 2 trailer. I don't know. Could it drop this month? Maybe, but there's no event coming up where it would drop. So if they drop it, it's just going to be out of the clear blue. There's no movie to really attach it to unless they want to put it in front of Wonder Woman, which I don't know if they want to do that or not. So I don't know. Just say Clockwork Orange is so funny. Yeah, Shining. I like Shining a lot too. But yeah, my friend Alex says it's a pretentious film. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think so. First half Full Metal Jacket, it went to hell after they went to Nam. That's exactly it. Once they go to Vietnam, when they're in boot camp, I love that movie. I love that part of the movie. So if you've never seen a movie called Tigerland, it's the first movie I ever saw Colin Farrell in. I think it's one of his first major movies where he's a main star in it. Tigerland is about Vietnam, and it's about boot camp before Vietnam, and it's in a real place. Tigerland was a real training facility in the U.S. before they send troops over to Vietnam. And it was brutal. The training was really brutal. And they taught you about torture and a bunch of other stuff. So Tigerland is great because it's basically like, it's not as intense as Full Metal Jacket, but it's like that for 2 full hours. So yeah. But Fuzzy Nuts, thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it so much. Yes, I love that solo run by Chris Yost. He's one of my favorite writers. And we're going to talk about Kane next season. I didn't have enough episodes left this season to squeeze it in for season 4 of Venom vlog, but we will talk about Kane in season 5. I even have an episode dedicated right to just to Kane. And actually, if you go back to seasons 1 and 2 of this show, we talk about Ben Reilly and Kane quite a few times. And I think I even ate the box of the Scarlet Spider Lego set. I opened the Lego, poured the pieces in my mouth, and then pulled the set out of my mouth, and it was fully built. Obviously, it was a cut, and I didn't do a very good job at the cut, so it doesn't look very seamless. I was just learning about editing, back then. And then the box, I just ate the box. And that was my review of that toy. It was a really weird video. So yeah, we've been talking about Scarlet Spider for a couple of years, and I love that character so much. And I love Kane, and we will definitely talk about him a lot next season, not just in current day Marvel, as far as like, when he was in Minimum Carnage and things like that, but we'll also talk about him in the MC2 universe with Mayday Parker and the Venom and Carnage stories that go along with those too. Same here, Dr. Sleep was criminally overlooked. I never even saw it. I want to see that movie. I wish Dr. Sleep did better at the box office. Really love it. I got to watch that movie. And Clockwork Orange. My list of movies to watch is very small, but I take forever to ask Skullman. Skullman told me to watch a movie with Vince Vaughn in it, Cell Block 99, I think, and it took me like 5 months to watch a movie. Like, I'm terrible. I don't like to sit around and watch movies. It's like I said, they're not a magical experience for me. I just see them as time consuming. I would rather spend 2 hours working on my Neverland novel or working on a video for you guys for the channel. So yeah, I'm very bad about watching stuff. That scene in Spider-Man cartoon where Kane says his face is scarred, unintentionally hilarious. Yeah. Wait, what? I haven't seen Kane in a cartoon yet. Is he in one of the Spider-Man cartoons? I don't think I met Kane yet in a Spider-Man cartoon. Because I haven't, if he's in Ultimate Spider-Man, I haven't watched that yet. That's going to be something we talk about next season. Because Flash Thompson's in that show, and I want to talk more about Flash next season too. Who's your favorite Spider-Man portrayal in the live action? Mine's Tobey Maguire, of course. Not only did he nail Peter Parker's social awkwardness and persona, but comic book accurate in the memes. Mine's Tobey Maguire also because he looks like I could beat the shit out of him, and Peter Parker has to look like someone that another nerd could beat up. And so that's how I see Peter Parker. So like Andrew Garfield, I wouldn't want to punch him. He's so pretty. And Tom Holland just looks like a real kid. Like I feel like hitting him is child abuse. So even though he's probably like 25, I don't care. If every time I see his face, he looks like he's 15, I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to hit that kid. It seems like it'd be child abuse. So Tobey Maguire for me, because he looks like I could kick the shit out of him. And that's how Peter Parker should look. He should look like a big puss. As he gets older, though, he gets a little bit more confident. So he grows into his looks a little bit more. Why did you eat the box? Because it was delicious. What do you think Venom 2 needs to do Carnage justice and make a film in general? PG-13 boundaries. I think Carnage can work at PG-13, but rated R would be better in live action. I disagree about the rated R. We talk about it all the time on the show. Carnage has never been rated R ever, except for 2 comic books. It's a Wonderful Life and Mind Bomb. Those are only 2 times Carnage has ever been in a mature rated anything. So most stories we've got from Carnage have been in T-rated or PG-13 ratings. So when people say, oh, you can't do Carnage in PG-13, it's like, yes, you can, because that's how we've been reading and watching him for the past 30 years. So yeah. I don't have a problem with the PG-13. I don't think it needs to be rated R, personally. But some people on this channel do, so who comment. So yeah. PSA, Ryan Stegman told me a comic signing that, yeah, Donnie Cates hates Kane. Ryan Stegman has tried a couple times to get Kane into the book. As you can tell, they didn't listen to him. Kane has never bonded with a symbiote, I don't think, but Ben Reilly has. So I don't know why in Absolute Carnage didn't go to Vegas and rip the codex out of Ben Reilly. Doesn't make sense to me. Batman Forever, must watch. No, but I do have a Batman and Robin commentary track that's going to go up next week. Me and my friend Alex recorded one. We watched Batman and Robin together, and we did a commentary for the whole movie. So we'll put that up next week. I hope Sony's Venom meets Tom Holland to absorb his powers. That would be cool. If you pretend Batman Forever and Batman and Robin are sequels to the Batman TV show, they're great. I hate Batman Forever, but I have a guilty pleasure of Batman and Robin. I know it's not a good movie, but it was fun watching it with a friend and making fun of it, that's for sure. Spider-Man 3 dance all the way, man. Do Carnage just like Henry Portrait Serial Killer? No, I don't think so. Venom vlog, I'm going to be honest with you, Siike. I don't hate the prequels. In fact, I think Revenge of the Sith is the second best Star Wars movie by an Empire Strikes Back. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't like the prequels particularly, but they gave me Clone Wars and Rebels, the cartoons. So for that, they get a pass. The new movies haven't really given me shit. Because Mandalorian, I think, would have existed without the new movies. So anyway, I gotta go. It's 10 o'clock, and I gotta get ready for bed. I have a double tomorrow I gotta work, and a double on Sunday, and then I gotta work again on Monday at Harley, and then I'm finally off on Tuesday. And then after that, dude, I'm not kidding. I think I work 14 days in a row. So next Tuesday is my last day off for 2 full weeks. So yeah, it's gonna be brutal. So yeah, I gotta go. I gotta get some rest. But thank you guys for being here when we unbox this. Thanks for talking Spider-Man 3 with me and Fantastic Four with me. If you're watching this later on, leave your comments down below about those topics, and we'll continue our conversation as always down there. And thank you guys. Have a good night. Thank you so much, everyone who popped in. Fuzzy Nuts, thank you for the $5 super chat. It really means a lot to me. And we'll definitely, as that, any super chats and things like that build up, we will put them to more upgrades to the channel. The last time we crossed $100 and we got like a $130 check from YouTube. I invested it into this room. We got the sound pads, we got the extra lights. So it's working. We got the new webcam, like we got the new keyboard and mouse and everything. So I thank you guys. Like I'm trying to reinvest that into the channel because that's that's all of your heart. You're spending time watching me, and then those of you who donate to the super chat, that's hard-earned money, and I want that to hopefully make the content here a little bit better. So if you have any suggestions or anything else you want to see me do and try to improve things, let me know. And I know my friend John in the chat who was here earlier, he's going to help me work on some editing techniques on some of my other videos. So hopefully we can get those looking better too. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Daniel B, thanks for being here. Good night, everybody. Eddie's Mullet, thank you for serving our country. Appreciate it, man. John Riddle, thank you for bailing me out and helping me the other day. And I will see you at work tomorrow night for sure, dude. When Star Wars fans thought the prequels were bad, Disney said, hold my beer. Pretty much. On that note, see y'all later. Peace. We are Venom.